Okay, hi guys. This is gonna be an entry for generalsplattons contest, where he wanted to know my story, so to speak, how I've developed as a painter this year, or well, so I got a lot of miniatures lined up here, and it's not just all about how I've developed as painted this year, but I've got something like from how I have developed as a painter since I started. Because the first time when I started, I actually painted the first models I had was Lord of the Rings models, and I was I don't know how old I was, but probably like 10, 11 perhaps, and I just had him because I thought it looked cool, but yeah, then later on I discovered Warhammers, and I started painting. So and when I started first, I thought that Space Marines were basically Ultramarines. I thought that the only way you could paint them was in blue, so I started painting them blue. So I had like a lot of models in Ultramarines, but I soon read in the like codexes and stuff that you could that there was other chapters, and that you could paint them other ways. And when I read in the Ultramarine Codex about the different chapters, I found that the Dark Angels seemed very interesting. So that's why I started painting Dark Angels, and that's probably what you guys mostly know me for on the YouTube community. Well, some of you guys know me for my Blood Angels, but I'm primarily a Dark Angels player. But yeah, I can move that away. So when I started painting Dark Angels was when I really started getting more and more serious about this gaming, Warhammers and all that. So I thought I would start off with some models that I painted back then, and this one is almost dusty. This here is a really old model. I can tell that they're old on the shoulder pads because I used to do the the company logo on the shoulder pad as well as on the knee pad. Let me just come back and get this in focus. Okay, so there you go. Here's how it looked back then. Not very good. And this, I've used washes on this, but that was after, like, when the washes came out. So yeah. But yeah, that's an old model, and here's another one which I have painted more recently on, done all the white stuff on. I don't know why, but I did it. So this is also one of the really old models, and yeah, so see if I have anything else. Yeah, one thing I want to show you guys is how I have changed the way I do banners, because I think it's quite funny. Most of you guys probably have seen this, but anyway, here is a banner I painted a really long time ago, and you can see he's got a big bleeding wound in his shoulder, and the idea behind this is that he is the what's it called, banner carrier guy, I don't know, standard bearer, and he's been shot what's it called, mortally wounded or whatever, but he's still holding the banner high, you know. And this is my version of the third company banner, and this is what I've been playing with when I'm playing with my command squad. Still, I need to paint a new banner, but I just haven't really felt like it, and this is like an old relic for me, you know. Yeah, and now we have the Deathwing banner that I'm working on, which you can tell by the look of it. It's all hand painted, and it's far from done, but it's getting there, you know. And comparing to the old banner, it's quite a big difference. Yeah, so you can see how I've developed in that way. That's more or less how I developed as a freehand painter. Because well, back then when I did this, this red line, that was basically where my skills as a freehand painter was, and now it's somewhere like this, which is cool. And so yeah, moving on, it's like this model is more or less 2 years ago perhaps, when I painted this. This is from my old veteran squad. I have a new one which I play using my games and stuff. This is from my old one, and you can see this is when I started using highlights. And back then I didn't. Like right now, if you can compare to one of the veterans now, this is how they look. You can see how the light effects I've done with the highlights. They're darker in some places, and you know, while on this model there's just highlights everywhere. You can see, which looks a bit weird. At least I think it looks weird. So this is painted this year. I really like this model. I still haven't painted that side of the blade, but you can see how it looks there. And let's see, another model which is painted this year, or sometime during 2010, is this one, which is one of my favorite models. Really like it. And let's see what else. This one I showed you guys. I still haven't painted any more on it. My subscribers know what this is. It's a sergeant for my army. This is basically how I paint right now. So yeah, that's where I am right now. And I would say about a year ago, this is kind of where I was. So at the beginning of 2010, this is how good I was as a painter. This was the first time I did anything in green stuff, these flames. So I had to say I've developed some skills in that. Yeah, so that's basically that's the first Death Watch model I painted also. Yeah. Okay, so another thing I have from that time, about a year ago, is my command squad, which is missing one guy. I don't know where it is. I couldn't find it up there, but it isn't painted anyway, so it doesn't matter. But this is basically where I was around well, around probably March, April or May around last year. So yeah, they look pretty sweet, these guys. And then this one I painted in May 2010, which is a contest entry for a painting contest called the Fang, which was held at my local Games Workshop, which I got fourth place in. Yeah, it's a pretty cool model. I'm really pleased with it. So this is basically how good I'm right now as a painter of Deathwing, because I haven't painted any Deathwing since I did this guy. So the way I've developed as a painter this year is more or less I haven't like learned a new technique or something. I've just kind of upgraded my techniques, because this is probably the way I painted before, and during the year I've learned how to perfection or whatever, you know what I mean, that painting technique, so it looks more like this, and you know, like these guys over here, you know. So I've perfected this painting technique. And one last thing I felt like showing you guys is how I developed my Blood Angels painting skill, because it was quick, but it was major improvement. So this is the first Blood Angel model I ever painted. It's very, very dark and looks really cool, but it doesn't really look like a Blood Angel model. So some of my subscribers told me that it was way too dark, which I kind of agreed with them. So I went on the new try on a Terminator, which was like this. It looks really cool, I think, but it still doesn't feel like a Blood Angel to me. There you can see I freehanded the symbol, but I had a little fail with the wings, and I tried some different methods on the wings, so that's why it looked different. But this is just a test model anyway. So, and then what I came up with at the end was this. I really like this model. It just looks really good to me. But that's basically my story. That's how I developed this painter during the last year. And yeah, take another quick look at the contest entry. I really love this model. It looks so cool. So yeah, see you guys. Take care. Bye.